So one guy was asking about what do we do for sorting our sockets. Well, what I use every day or day to day is these right here. So I've got SAE and metric. You can see my metric isn't near as complete because I don't use metric that often. US metric converter even. Yeah, so I've got one of these. The Army National Guard, courtesy of the Montana Army National Guard. Yeah, this thing is old. It's actually, these are called slide rules. But I keep this because it is very handy to have sometimes. Also, I have stubbies. So this is a 3/4. So if I come over here and I grab a 3/4, it's about 1/4 of an inch shorter than a standard 3/4. So these are handy sometimes, but not all of the time. These are called Hansen trays. I've got a set of these at work. 3/8 and 1/4 inch SAE and metric complete at work. The only complete set I actually have at home though is my, for deep and shallow wise, is my 1/2 inch. It's all SK down here and then Tecton in the back. The 9/16 I loaned out to a buddy today because he had some studs he was trying to deal with. And if you notice on the 1/4 inch, it's actually 3/4 drive for the deeps because that's what I got. So, and some of these, like the 5/8, I have double stacked. And then here's the mid-length SK 3/8 drive because it's just what I've got. I've got a mix of everything. SK. See, I've even got focus. I don't know if that's going to focus, but it does say snap-on. So I've got snap-on, SK, I've got some Mac, I've got Matco, SK, I think I said that already. Everything to China and even stuff with no name on it. Because I don't use metric, especially 1/4 inch drive metric, especially in the smaller sizes. But here's something cool. This is an 1/8 inch drive snap-on, or an 1/8 inch snap-on 1/4 drive. I've never used it. It was in a tool kit that I bought, and it just sits there because I don't use, what is that, 30 seconds and an 1/8 inch. So that's why it sits there. Oh, my neighbor's home. Hi, neighbor. As for, see, I haven't even sorted these ones out yet. I also have an impact set sitting here. As for how I sort everything else, like here's a complete metric cheapo set of 1/4. This is all 1/4 inch drive stuff. 3/8 drive extensions. 3/8 drive ratchets. A 3/8 drive breaker bar. Yeah, I don't know when I would ever use a breaker bar in 3/8 drive. I mean, whatever. This is one I had when I was a welder. It's got an alignment spike on it. I used it once, and it's gearless, and I've never used it since. This is a ratcheting T-handle, 3/8 drive. I've got Slim, I've got everything in there. I've got S-Case, I've got Craftsman, Thorson. This is cool. This is Power Torque. You get these at like O'Reilly's, and it's, let me set you down for a sec. Yeah. It's got a there. So you can take a snap-on and you can make a long ratchet, or you can take a socket and you can put another socket there, and then you can have two sockets and a little stubby ratchet or whatever. So I bought this and I've used it a couple of times. It's got a quick release on it and it works pretty damn good actually. But that is my 3/8 stuff, and I've got everything from China to Snap-on extensions. I've got my 1/2-inch extensions, T-handle ratchet. This is an old Craftsman. I've got SK, I've got Craftsman, I've got no name random crap in here. This is all spark plug sockets, 5/8 and 13/16. Yes, I have an actual tub full of them. Here is specialty stuff. The only 3/4-inch drive socket I have lives in here. This is metric 3/8 drive Allens. I've got a complete set at work, so this came home. Phillips, Torx, Hex, crow's feet. Really thin crow's feet. Who made this? So it's a US made. It's 1 inch. It's got the end on it, but it doesn't say who it's made by. I could probably look this part number up and find out, but it's really thin. I got it in a toolbox. It's probably Snap-on or Tool Truck. Here's a custom made out of a broken extension flathead screwdriver. And this is a Los Angeles, USA. It's crusty, I don't know. There you go. And then as for sockets, it starts at 7/16 and goes to 3/4. And then over here, it starts at 1/8 inch, which is empty, and then goes to 5/32 and goes all the way to 3/8. And then at 13/32 is just extras. And then this goes from 4mm to 10mm down there. Oh, here's all my wobbles and adapters, precision screwdrivers, nut drivers. No, these are not nut drivers. These are bit drivers. Nut driver, or whatever those are, square head, that thing. Big, long Phillips, big flatheads. Here's an ancient flathead, regular flathead. Phillips, stubbies, Torx drivers, metric nut drivers, SAE nut drivers, and then my box of brushes for, these are like acid brushes for oil and stuff, and then this is just paint brushes and foam brushes and random stuff. So this is how I organize all of my sockets, ratchets, and other things like that, because they used to be all in a pile right here. And my sockets used to be in here. As you can see, I've still got some more to go through. It's a work in progress. Like here's I think this is an SAE set, probably. Like here's a 13/16 JA Pan 12-point in 3/8 drive. But here's my USA made 6-point 13/16 that lives up there. So these are all just extras that, you know, here's a 5/8 New Britain, USA. Industro Super. Trying to think if I have a Mac up here. Anyway, but that's how I sort that, and here's another SK. This is 25, 30 seconds. Here's just some of my pliers. I have to sort those later. I've got more pliers and wrenches here. Here is a small selection of my wrenches. A very small selection. This actually goes somewhere else. Because there's even more wrenches. I have a lot of wrenches. So, there you guys go. That's how I sort my sockets, wrenches, and screwdrivers.